Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia. This is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
49, guys. Mike.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball carrier. Jalen Mills.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, here's Tannehill.
15-yard line.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. Back to throw, Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
At their own 5-yard line.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
His throw incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Henry, but the hole evaporates quickly as he'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down.
And throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Intended for.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick is good. Makes the score Titans 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
23-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the
Tannehill. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
A gain of a yard.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
4-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
Davis.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. At the 7-yard.
Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Ryan Tannehill with a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
At their own 25-yard.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll roll him out right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
The pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's the option. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
There's the ball carrier.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hurts.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Fielded just inside the 20. 44-yard punt, return of 9. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
At the 44-yard line.
To throw is Tannehill. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
11 more yards. That's another Titans.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back.
And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On first down, Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. You get it.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Titans.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Rolling to his right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another run with Sanders. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd down.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Here's Sanders on 1st down, but going nowhere as he's tackled well behind the line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it.
Hurts on the keeper.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a score closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Back now in Nashville, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score of the final play of the 3rd quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He's got Hurts, fumbles it. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Henry. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal of yardage against them.
Hurts fumbles it. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game set back.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Derrick Henry.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He was taken down.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Running from the gun with Henry. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
23.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a